At a certain point in building Just for Keepers, I made a decision that felt completely wrong. I gave away my own primary coaching territory in Liverpool. I stopped coaching students altogether. I walked away from the local sessions, the familiar faces, the parents I had known for years. And I focused 100% of my energy on building the global team and the brand. I moved from coaching players to coaching coaches. And I want to be honest with you, that decision was one of the hardest things I ever did in business because we get emotionally attached to our local students. We feel like nobody will deliver it as well as we do. We feel like the quality will drop the moment we step back. We feel like we are letting people down. But here is the truth that most sports entrepreneurs never confront. That feeling, the feeling that everything depends on you being there personally, is exactly what keeps businesses small. If the business requires you to be present for everything, it cannot scale. You can be the greatest coach in your sport and still be trapped in a business limited entirely by your diary. So I made the pivot, and what happened next has surprised even me. When I stepped back from day-to-day coaching and focused on building the brand, I had to learn things I had never done before. I had no manufacturing experience. I did not know how to produce products at scale. I did not know who to trust in the supply chain. I made mistakes. I lost money. I got conned early on by several companies who promised everything and delivered nothing. It was humbling. It felt like being a complete beginner again after years of being the expert. But the same mindset that carried me through sport carried me through those setbacks. Keep moving, keep learning, keep adapting, keep going. And then something happened that I genuinely did not predict when I started building J4K Gloves. The gloves and the coaching business started feeding each other. Here is how it worked. The coaching business built trust first. Parents and goalkeepers were seeing me every week. They knew my standards. They had seen the results. They trusted my judgment completely. So when J4K Gloves appeared, they did not see just another glove brand. They thought, if Ray backs these, they must be right. Coaching created demand for the product. Then the gloves did something even bigger. Every goalkeeper wearing J4K Gloves became a moving conversation starter. Kids talk, parents ask questions, coaches notice. Someone makes a great save, and another keeper says, "What gloves are those?" Suddenly the product is creating conversations that lead back to the coaching sessions, the camps, the schools, and the brand story. The product created visibility for the coaching. Then it stacked again. More coaching students meant more goalkeepers in J4K Gloves. More gloves in the wild meant more people hearing about the coaching. More coaches joining the system meant more locations, and each new location created new coaching demand and new glove customers. That is the flywheel. Coaching creates trust. Trust creates product sales. Product visibility creates new coaching leads. New leads create more trust, and the cycle keeps spinning faster and faster. This is one of the biggest lessons in building a real sports empire. You do not build one revenue stream and hope for the best. You build an ecosystem where each part strengthens every other part. And the only way I could see that ecosystem clearly enough to build it was by stepping back from the day-to-day coaching and into leadership. Your job as a sports entrepreneur is not to be the best person on the pitch forever. Your job is to build something that is bigger than your presence on the pitch. Stop being the star player. Start being the manager who builds the team that wins the league. That is the leadership pivot. And that is where everything changes.